Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo with another video for you, and today I'm answering some questions by Richard McCook. So if you are unfamiliar with Richard McCook and his channel, you should check that out. So I'll have a link to the channel and his 10 questions in the down under for you to check out. Before I answer them, just a couple things. Today is Friday, June 3rd, and I'm not going to be doing a live stream this Sunday, the Sunday Brunch Bunch. I'm traveling this weekend, so I will not have the time or opportunity to do that, so sorry, we'll be back the following Sunday. All right, so 10 questions for VC video makers. I've done this before. Richard has posed a series of questions. I think it was like within the last year, maybe a year ago or whatever. But I remember responding to that video as well. And so I thought I would go ahead and do one with this one. So, especially after I watched somebody else respond to Richard's questions. I was watching Harris Pilton, and so yeah, I thought, oh, hey man, yeah, let's do this. All right, so first question: do you ever get disheartened when a video you think should be popular is ignored? And if yes, give an example. Yeah, I do, but it's not so much disheartened. I mean, it's disappointment. I have two primary audiences. There are those who come for my Frank Zappa videos, and then there's this other group that shows up for my car seat headrest videos, and they're big. They drive up the views on these videos really fast. As soon as I publish them, I could quickly have, in a matter of hours, more than 100 views on these videos, because the people, they're coming to my channel for that. So there's a lot of other videos that don't do so well. There's some contest entries don't do very well, and I get that. That's not something I would necessarily be upset over. Some threads, people, get low, the threads that I join, sometimes they get very weak responses. So I wouldn't say, though, that I have made a video that I'm going to be, this is going to do really great. I do anticipate, an enthusiastic response to my Frank Zappa and car seat headrest, because that's just, the data supports that when I publish a video on those topics. So, but yeah, it's sometimes a video will only get like 20 views, and that's all it ever garners, is that 20 views. So that's a little bit, I don't know, and that makes me think sometimes, I wonder why it got so few views. Were the records I showing too common, or were they too esoteric? Did I not have the right search terms and when I was posting the video, things like that. But it is what it is. How often, how often do you check your subscriber count? I check it daily, because I check my analytics daily. Each day I'll check and see, my latest video, what the views are. I'll also look at other metrics regarding viewer watching and duration, etc. I check to see comments. I try to reply to comments as quickly as possible. So yeah, and in that process, I'm checking my subscriber count. and seeing how it's going. So yeah, it's a daily thing because I'm checking all the metrics, and that's perhaps a habit based on my day job, because in that job I'm checking metrics for websites constantly. All right, so how often do you ask people to hit the subscriber button? Fairly regularly, not all the time. I don't do like whatever you call them. I don't do a card. I don't ask them to click like because you're going to get notified or whatever. I just say, hey, subscribe and like the video because I do explain, on occasion that process of especially subscribing but even more so hitting the like button if you're already subscribed actually is, YouTube takes that information in, and in the its algorithm, so that if you're getting the thumbs up on your video is going to get boosted, and it's going to be placed in front of more people who perhaps have never watched your video before. So there is a benefit, an analytical benefit or analytics benefit to doing that. It isn't just ego. It's about distribution of your content. So yeah, I do mention it, but not religiously. I mean, my closing comment is always the same. That's standard. Okay. How do you feel when you lose subscribers, and what is the largest amount you have lost in one day? Recently there's been some people talking about this, how, their subscribers will, go up and down. All right. I don't get all bent out of shape that I'm losing subscribers because, number one, I'm not monetized. And so that's not something that is going to, the notification during my recording here, so that's not something that is directly related to that monetization. So there is no concern with that. Also, because I work in analytics, I understand that subscriber counts, you'll see drops in your subscriber count. The larger your subscriber count, the larger the drops you will see on occasion. And that's just Google, which owns YouTube, essentially cleansing your subscriber list, filtering out what it thinks and identifies as a bot. And so they remove them. So, and then of course there will be people who actively unsubscribe for whatever reason. But it's I think the largest number was maybe 2 or 3 in one day, and then but the count has continued to go up. But I don't worry about it because I'm in the digital business, so I understand what's going on. How do you feel when people comment on your video and they obviously haven't watched it? This. Occasionally I see this. I don't see it often. It's not kind of a regular thing, but it's kind of funny, and it happens again, because I work in the digital world, it happens a lot. In fact, on Facebook, it's estimated that roughly 70% of the people who leave a comment on a Facebook post that is showing an article or information, a link to information that exists elsewhere, roughly 70% of the people will comment not having read the link post that was there. They didn't click on the link. They didn't go back and read it. They're responding entirely to the combination of the photo and the comment you made about it, if you did. And also, if it shows like a headline, they're going to respond to that. A lot of people do that. That's a common phenomena in the digital world. So again, this is something I'm familiar with. It's kind of funny because Just like in Facebook, when something like that happens, you can tell that the person hasn't read the article because they'll make a comment or a statement that had they read the article, they wouldn't have made that statement. And that's what I see rarely, but it happens with some comments where someone will say, like they'll offer some information. Oh, did you know that blah, 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 blah. They're trying to inform me about something. And I'm like, yes, I did know that. And it's in the video, that usually doesn't happen. My viewers watch my videos because a few of them will point out errors that I make, and I like that. I'm not a machine that can just churn out information without error. And the more videos you make and the more things you talk about, the more likely you are to make an error on occasion. So, it's helpful to, it's helpful for me to, when people let me know that perhaps I made a mistake. It's not helpful when you say, you dumb blah, 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 blah. No, that's not helpful. Okay. So if you or already have hit the 1,000 subscriber count, will you monetize your channel? I am getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and I have no plans to monetize. The reason being, I'm doing this as I already have a job. I don't need this to supplement my income. And two, not with every video, but with many of my videos, I'm doing clips, I'm doing needle drops. And every time I do that, of course, I'm not eligible to generate revenue for myself on those videos. That revenue is going to go to the artists that have been identified by YouTube. So the other thing is, really successfully monetized channels have a very specific focus. And the only focus I have to mind is I talk about records. So, and I don't sell. So without that very specific focus, dealing with the monetization, etc., is it's a pain in the ass. And again, from my background working in the digital sphere, I already work in the digital sphere. This is my leisure, okay? This is my hobby. I don't want to turn it into work. All right, next one. Do you ever sub another channel just to try and get a sub back? No, I sub people, number one, for two reasons. One, because I'm really interested in their content, or two, it is a courtesy response, and I basically, I'm going to check you out kind of thing. I do not unsubscribe people. Again, YouTube will, take the subscribers, and it knows which people or what channels I tend to watch with greater frequency. So that person's content is going to show up in my feed more often. So there are times when I think to myself, gosh, I know I subscribed to this person and I haven't seen a video by them for a long time. So I go to their main channel page to see if they have published anything recently. And actually, most of the time it's because they have not. It's been a while since they published. But other times it's because, I haven't watched a video of theirs in a long time. So even though I'm subscribed, YouTube is not promoting their content in my feed. So I go back and go, and I'll watch a recent video of theirs because I subscribe to them for a reason. I want to see what they're doing. The notification bell, I don't know about that. I don't see a lot of those cards. I don't put up on my video anyway for people to do. All right, so how long do you think is acceptable time to wait before replying to a comment, if you reply to comments? I'm pretty quick at replying. So, my phone, I'll get a notification on my phone that a comment was there. And I'll, for the most part, unless I'm busy doing something else, I'll read that comment immediately, and I'll either like it, or I'll even, I'll like it and reply, depending on it. So, I don't think that's problematic. In fact, I think that's good behavior on my part, because my response to them, because of its quickness, I am more likely to get another reply from them, or they'll give my comment a thumbs up because they're still online. So it's more like a conversation, So, and then I also, I will check in the morning, my channel, and see if there are any new comments, and I go through them, and I will like them or give them a thumbs up, and with some of them I will reply to them, right away. So it is just part of my routine. Gosh, this is already 16 minutes, and I don't know why it should be this long. I'm talking too much. Do you like Record Store Day? And if so, blah. Well, okay. I like Record Store Day, and I'll show them fairly quickly if I pick up anything. Not immediately. It could be a week before I'll show what I buy. But I understand Record Store Day is for the independent record store, and it's to help them. What I don't like is the consumer that buys something on Record Store Day just to flip, to sit on it and flip. Now, I know that there are people who think, well, this is how our economy works. You got to remember that I hate capitalism, okay? I do not like capitalism, unregulated, laissez-faire capitalism. I don't like people flipping product for pure profit. You're not doing anything. You're not creating anything. You're not innovating anything. You're just turning merchandise and money into frogs that hop from one pocket to the next. I'm actually quite a fan of a regulated economy, a controlled economy. So that's what I don't like, the flippers, because you get these price bubbles with some records that, for all if true supply and demand. If the supply is there and the demand is equal to the supply, there's no reason for the price to all of a sudden go through the roof because a bunch of people bought as many copies of something that they could and then sat on them for 6 months and then throw them out. In some respects, that secondary market is like the black market. So yeah, Record Store Day, I like what it does for the independent record seller. I do not like how others manipulate it, and so the benefit to the record buyer gets squeezed. All right, so and now the last of the 10 questions. There's a bonus question. Do you enjoy participating in and watching collaboration videos? Yes, I do. So when I do my Sunday brunch bunch, I like that when people join in the conversation, and then, we have a theme to kind of keep things focused. I'm not entirely a big fan of unfocused live streams because they can have a habit of venturing into a realm that people are very opinionated about, but are short on facts. And so, but I also enjoy, there are lots of people in the vinyl community that, hey, I like who they are and I like interacting with them. And I do enjoy doing my own live streams. And watching others if they go beyond a certain point, yeah, it's more likely to be the case if it's just one person on the screen doing a live stream, and then it goes on for a while. Because, man, you're going to run out of things to talk about. And then that's when you start to venture into things that, you know, are not going to sustain my interest. But, you know, when you've got the, you know, the four squares, or, you know, you've got other people that are involved, and, you know, the conversation keeps going, you know, I'll watch that live stream for an hour, for 2 hours. You know, that's probably the limit, though, probably around 2 hours, simply because, you know, even when I watch a movie that lasts, you know, for 2 hours, when that's done, I'm not going to immediately start watching another movie. I'm going to take a break. I have other things to do. You know, life goes on. All right, so we're at 20 minutes. Wow, for 10 questions. But there is a bonus question. Do you check your previous video just to make sure you're not wearing the same shirt? Yes, I do. The reason being is that I do not publish a video every day. Because if I was publishing a video every day, I would not need to worry about the shirt I'm wearing, because I'm going to wear another shirt every day. But because I only publish videos maybe once or twice a week, then, you know, maybe I've done laundry in between the last time. And so, you know, maybe I you know, unconsciously have favorite shirts, or not favorite shirts, but there are shirts that I gravitate toward and I will wear more frequently than others. So I do. I go back and, you know, I put a shirt on. There's been times I'm getting ready to make a video and I have a shirt on. I go back and I check my history and I look at the hero image, and I'm going, oh, I already wore that shirt like last video, or I wore it 2 videos ago. So I try to go and see the shirts that I was wearing for the last 3 to 4 videos, and then wear a shirt that was not worn for those. So yes, I do that. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want people to think that I'm wearing the same clothes every day without changing them. Silly little thing. Anyway, those are my questions. Thanks, Richard, for doing this again and having that. I enjoy your channel. And so, as I said, I'll have a link to his video questions in the down under. So check it out. I hope you enjoyed this 22-minute meandering soliloquy. And remember that I do some promoting. Remember that I'm on Instagram, but my handle on Instagram is NEWZ DUDE76. So that's NewsDude76. And yes, like, subscribe. I do say that on occasion. But you know, hey, you know, it helps you and it helps me. And but foremost, pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.